How is everyone doing this evening? My name is RedWolf416. Welcome back to the Skizzlecraft server. We are here sitting atop my creeper farm, which is not fully active yet. But as you can see behind me, I have been working on the sugarcane farm. That's a little messy with the dirt staircase up there, but let me show you what I've got going on here really quick. We got sugarcane everywhere. I'm going to come up here and go up this little dirt staircase. But up here is the beginnings of the third layer of sugarcane farming. This is a design that is based off of Tango Tech design that he did about 5 years ago, and I have modified it to fit more with my build here. Now, the way this is originally supposed to go is these are supposed to be squeezed together by one more block and make everything a little bit more tileable. I tried that, didn't really care for the spacing that I had with the rest of my build, so this is the third time I have built this sugarcane farm atop the creeper farm. But I really like the way everything is spaced out now. Let me just come down here. You can see we've got some nice supports here, and we've got the beginnings of the item transportation system here with the ice. It's going to drop down a hole here, down into the basement where we're going to be setting up the auto crafting. In my previous stream, we had moved it over to here, and I decided later when I was looking at it, I just didn't like the location of that drop point. It was going to take up too much space having it out here, so we have once again moved it back to this inside corner. It's going to be dropping down from right here down into the basement there. Let me go grab this random sugarcane here. We are getting a lot of this stuff, and I'm going to have to come up with a solution so that it's not constantly having loose entities around. But this is where the sugarcane is going to be dropping in. Not this one. This was the new hole that we're deciding not to do. It's actually going to be in the original place right here, and we are going to have an auto crafting setup for turning the sugarcane into paper, and then coming over to here where we're going to have auto crafting set up with the gunpowder coming in to make 3 different types of rockets, duration 1, 2, and 3, depending on which lever we pull. We're also going to be doing some storage, some overflow storage. So if the crafter can't keep up with everything, then it'll be going into the gunpowder, and the paper and the sugarcane will be going into some storage chests here. And if those get full, then we will have a little trash dispenser thing to get rid of any of the excess. What have we got here? Let's just make this look a little prettier. Oh, I don't have any of those on me. All right. That's okay. I can make some really quick. We've been using a lot of the deep slate, but I think I'm going to have to transport this. Yeah, that'll work. I'm going to have to transport my redstone box downstairs because that's where we're going to be doing a lot of the work tonight. And then maybe if that goes well, then maybe we will do one more layer on the sugarcane farm. I want to have a total of at least 4 layers up there. There's my dirt box up there. I might want to grab that just as temporary blocks. Now, currently, I do have a bunch of sand smelting up to be glass over in my furnaces, over where I keep my stuff stored over there. And hopefully that'll help us out because we have been using a lot more glass than I thought we would. We're going to be surrounding that end of the sugarcane farm with glass so that we can see what's going on. For now, take this stuff to the downstairs. We're going to grab our redstone box here, see if there's anything else we might need. We might need some of these lamps. I don't know if I have enough smooth stone. I don't have any on me. I need to go upstairs and grab some really quick. And I apparently... Oh, there we go. I'm almost out of rockets. But don't worry, I have plenty more in a shulker. So if you're wondering, the music we are listening to is Stream Beats by Harris Heller. It is DMCA free music that can be found on Spotify. And I believe the album that we are listening to is called Supreme. I am nearly out of space. I don't think we need the iron. We are going to need this. We're going to need the cobble, which that is my cobble box right there. maybe we can get rid of this sand. That's not really necessary right now. So let's just go ahead and get that. We're going to head down and let's do something here. Let's take our adventure bed with us because we're going to need it downstairs now. And we are going to need this, which we can't pick up because of other things. There we go. And we will try and not splat ourselves on the ground this time. And coming in a little too hot in places. I'm going to set up my bed over in this corner. I think this corner is going to remain largely undisturbed for the most part, at least until we get the redstone in. Or switching between duration 1, 2, or 3 beds. Trenzlord, thank you on the looking good so far. I appreciate it. Yeah, I put in quite a bit of work earlier today. I am missing a slab right up there. That is going to bug me. But, yeah, put a lot of work in redoing that sugarcane farm. It was just kind of bugging me how everything was off-center. So it's gotten to where I'm getting a lot faster at making the layers for the sugarcane farm. So we'll hopefully be able to get to more of that a little bit later today. Put the cobblestone there, and let's just grab some temporary blocks. I got to take care of that. It is just a little too annoying. It's making me twitch. There we go. And now we can start figuring out where everything is going to go. I think I'll set up the first auto crafter here. Now, here's the thing. Hoppers create lag, and items like entities floating around can also cause lag. So it's kind of a little bit of 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Which one do you want to have creating lag? And the thing is I have a feeling that I'm going to have enough sugarcane coming down the chute here to where the hoppers may not be able to keep up if I do a hopper line. And if I do all hopper lines in here, it is just going to take up too much space. Well, not too much space. Hoppers actually take up less space than a water channel. But it's going to cause, I want to limit the number of hoppers I'm using. Something just occurred to me. I don't have any ice on me. I need to go get that if I'm going to be doing this. So let's do a couple things while we're out. We're going to let's set up some temporary blocks and make ourselves a water source in this corner. So we'll just go, no, I want to still be able to access my crafting bench. There we go. So let's go get some ice, and I also want to set up another double chest up here. This is going to be my project box for down here that we can just offload some stuff into. Let's get the redstone box out and ready as well. There we go. We do have a lot of hoppers, but one thing, we do have dispensers, but I don't see any droppers. And we're going to need some more quartz. So we're going to get quartz, we're going to get ice, and maybe some more wood. And we'll go from there. Let's pick up that glass while we're out there. So we've got a little bit of running around we need to do. We got to get the water. I know I have ice up here. Let's grab that. Let's grab a few more lights. I don't know if we need it. We'll grab that. Dust. We're going to want some glass. We're going to go get more glass. Let's get this quartz. And then... Thank you, Trends, for wishing me a good stream. I appreciate it. I got your work boots. I'm still not quite ready to use them. I might use them soon. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be doing a whole lot of flying this time, so I don't know if I'll need to use them that much. All right, let's grab that. And what else? We need to grab possibly some more iron. Let's grab all of this. I'm gonna run out of space soon. Let's grab some iron from right here. We'll just grab half a stack. Okay, hopefully that is enough to keep us entertained for a little bit as we work on this. Yeah, I'm having to smelt up a lot more glass too because I'm using a bunch up there, and then I still need a whole bunch of tinted glass. I need to get amethyst shard before I can do that. Okay. Now, we've got our infinite water source. And let's figure out what we're going to have to do. Let's get some temporary blocks here. And I don't think I need water in hand yet. But I am going to need the ice. And what kind of pressure plates are there? Can we not make pressure plates, wooden pressure plates out of warped wood? Let's try this. Wait, we don't want warp. We want crimson. We're in the underbelly. Let's see what crimson looks like. I think I have some. Yeah, that there. Is that all I've got of the crimson? Thought I had more. Yeah, there we go. What have we got in there? Oh, we might as well take these and these. And we do have some scaffolding. Ooh, that's handy. Did not realize I had any of that. Okay, we can make pressure plates out of the crimson. Not that it really matters. It's all going to get hidden away. But this is going to be to block the water streams on the ice channels. There we go. Okay, let's do some scaffolding up and figure out. So this is where we want it coming in. I'm going to move a little bit off to the side here. We want it coming in here. And one thing I want to do is I actually want to have a water source that is flowing this way and is not going to make it so that the sugarcane is dropping straight into the water source. I actually want it to start back a little bit. So I think we need to have it start right about... Ow. We need to have it start right about... let's do the water there. Will be our source. And that means that the ice is going to go underneath that. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That is the length that the water will travel. And I just want to see, what is that going to be like? Let's see. Yep. Gonna hit right here. Go this way. Now, I think at this point, this would be... This would be... looks like LBB is going to be doing some streaming at the same time. But what I was thinking is we need this to be ice right here. So this is where we need the pressure plate. That's going to go right here. So what this is going to keep... What this is going to allow us to do is keep the water flowing one direction. Water's going to be coming this way, and it's going to terminate right here. The ice is there, so the parts are I keep saying parts. The sugar cane is going to keep flowing this way, and it's going to then need to enter another water stream that starts here, and we need that water to not flow backwards. But here's the issue: is I have a feeling the auto crafter needs to come in before this. So let's actually do this. Is that enough? Is that going to be enough to get momentum? Let's go here. I suppose I need an axe for that. Let's do that, and then let's actually put the hopper for the autocrafter right there. So now let's get that redstone box, grab some hoppers, put a few things away here. Don't need that or that yet, but let's put that away, and we still need the dirt. So we need a hopper right there facing down. This is going to go into the auto crafter, which I have yet to make. Ooh, problem. Yeah, a bit of a problem here. Okay. When I do this, this is a lightweight pressure plate, so items may make it go down, which will lock the hopper, which means it won't feed into the crafter if I do that. So let's just keep it this way. We've got source block 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the end of the water right there. I think that'll be fine. Instead of a pressure plate, what we'll do is we will use a slab, which I happen to have, and we'll do a top slab. So let's just put another chunk of ice right there, and then we'll put a temporary block there, and let's get this top slab in here. Okay, now what that's going to do is that's going to allow the items to flow underneath the top slab and get sucked up by the hopper. If they have too much momentum or the hopper's full or something, they will continue on. And actually what we'll do, not sure, we'll see how it works once we've got it going. But this is where the water terminates. This is going to allow us to put another water source here that will go into the overflow. Anything out. Anything that is coming out of the crafter is going to continue this way and head towards my auto crafter, which, as I'm looking at it, I hope I have the right height for this. Because this is going to be, whatever comes out of this crafter is going to be like 2 blocks down. What I might do is I might have the auto crafter spit out into another water channel. Just trying to minimize the amount of hoppers that I use. Oh, goodness. This is bad. Whoa. Oh, my goodness. That was terrifying. Oh, who else is here? Anybody else? No. Oh, come on. Oh no, I'm out of rockets. Oh my gosh, this is horrible. Flee with extra flee. Oh. Now you're going to turn into a baby drown. Now I'm paranoid. You know what? There we go. I don't like not having rockets. Will you just die? Oh my goodness. Why won't you just die? Alright. Oh, I think he might have just despawned. Either that or he's coming at me. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I don't know why that's called a husk horse head. That was most definitely a husk, not a husk horse. Let's see if that other guy is down in my basement still. Any other jerks waiting for me? Come on. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on the sky more. Holy cow. Well, I guess the raider wasn't a nighttime guy, but man. Whew. I totally lost track of what I was doing and saying. All right, let's see what it takes to make a auto crafter. Oh. Apparently I haven't made one yet, so I don't know the recipe. I believe it has to do with a little bit of this and a little bit of this. We're gonna say dropper. Yeah. And then we're gonna say craft. Iron, lots of iron. Which I have. Alright. Now we are gonna need a second one of these, so let's go ahead and do that. We're actually gonna need 2 more of these. And we are also going to need quite a few droppers. 2 droppers after all said and done. So let's get some more cobble. All right, and then we're going to make 2 more crafters. What am I missing? What am I missing here? I've got the redstone. I've got the iron. Oh, I'm out of actual crafting tables. There we go. All right, so for this setup down here, we are going to use 3 crafters. One of them uses the secondary crafter to determine when to fire off the crafting. So that takes 2 crafting tables, and that'll be for the sugarcane. The other one for the rockets, I'm only doing it with timing of repeaters. So what we can do is we can, let's see here, have this go there, and let's get one of these. And I think I want to grab you. We don't need the ice right now. We do need that. And let's keep the food at the ready. Did I get rid of all my... Come on. All right. Let's see here. We're going to make it so that this crafter is spitting stuff out this way. Now, the way we're going to do this next... Now, this design is something that I recently saw in a video with Tango Tech, but it was actually Exumavoid showing Tango how to do this little auto crafting setup. But what we need is a solid block. And this involves redstone. If it's redstone, I'm using the smooth stone blocks. So we're going to go with that. And I need a couple of observers while we're at it. Let's get that. Do 2, and we also need 2 comparators, which for that I'm going to need a few torches. Which means I need more sticks. So we're gonna go torch, 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna do, oh, that needs regular stone. I have that. I have that somewhere. Let's go get a stack of regular stone. Huh. Somebody should fill that in. All right, now that we've got stone, what are we making? We are making comparators. We need 1, 2. I believe that's all we need for right now. And my inventory is full. We are going to need some of that. We don't need that. We don't need that, that, or that yet. Okay. So we need to have... let's just go... There we go. And we're going to... Oh, I need to get up there. I'm going to go like that right now. And we can also get rid of that. This will start making sense once I start placing the observers, but we need this one to be looking up, and we need this one to be looking at that. Then we can do that. So if you saw that, me changing the block up there was observed by this observer, which that change was observed by this one. It powered this solid block, which in turn powered the crafter. So if there had been something in there, like, say, 3 sugarcane, which we're going to go like this, and make it so only 3 sugarcane can go in there, then it would have gone and spat out the paper. But in order for it to trigger at the correct time, we need to do something else, and this is where the second auto crafter comes in. So this one, orientation is completely arbitrary. Does not matter. But we're going to make it so that this has a value of 8. And we're going to put a... I spaced this wrong. That's okay. We're actually going to put this right here. That's what we want. Which this could actually be a slab, but I'll keep it as a solid block. And now we're going to do a comparator out of this. And a signal strength of, I think it's a signal strength of 8. It's 8 slots. And we are going to put some redstone here. That's going to fire it off since I put something in there. And then we are going to do a comparator out of here. And right now, this one has 6. And then this one has 8. And when this gets filled up with 3 sugarcane, it's going to be outputting 9, which is going to change this redstone dust here from an 8 to a 9. That change is going to be seen by this observer, which is going to flow through to here and power the auto crafter, and it's going to spit out the paper. So as soon as this gets loaded up with 3 pieces of sugarcane, it fires off and spits out 3 pieces of paper, and then this signal drops back down to 8. It does mean it's going to power it a second time, but if it doesn't have anything that is actually crafting, then it'll be all right. And I believe it happens so fast that it won't accidentally start spitting out sugar. But you know what? The way to tell that is, let's go grab some sugarcane after I sleep. May have let it get too dark. Hopefully nothing comes in at me. All right, let's grab some sugarcane and give this a little go. Paper. And we're good. And it should be primed and ready for one more. There we go. Paper. Excellent. All right. So next up, I want this to be going to Well, if I put it to a hopper, then it would be a hopper chain going over to here, and it would be fine. But I think I want to do ice again, just because it's fun. I mean, why not have a bunch of water right next to redstone? What could possibly go wrong? We're going to go, ice goes here, and I don't know how far we need to take it out. This is where we need to start building up this. Well, actually, probably what we need to do is we need to start figuring out where the rest of this unit is going to go. We do need a hopper. Let's see here. It's going to be droppers. Hopper to a dropper. We can make it so that... How do we want to do this? I have it going this way, and then I have overflow. Can't really handle that. I also have overflow going here. This is interesting. I'm going to turn this around. We're going to keep this more in line and not have it turn into the center of the room quite yet. So we'll go... Yep. We're doing it live. There we go. No, there. Yes. Then we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Have you there. Go like this. You get to look up. You get to look to the side. You get to go away. Get ourselves back up there. And let's do a comparator here. A redstone. Yeah. Redstone there. Then let's come across. So we can do another comparator here. And then we will do you here. And you like this. All right. Oh, that's why it won't fire off. Okay, so there is no risk of it accidentally making sugar because it's just not enough on the output. The signal isn't enough. Apparently this drops back down to 8 before this even gets to spit out, which means that it sends another pulse, but it's not going to cause it to start spitting out sugar. So that's good. Okay, so now we are going to take the ice, and this bit of ice is going to be the overflow. We're going to have it go around a corner. This is going to be the overflow or just straight up sugarcane. Its storage is going to go right around in there. Now we've got our stuff going out to the crafter, the auto crafter, and it's going to be going this way. Oh boy. This is a problem. I'm going to have to raise everything up. I should have built the first module first. Like the main module first. Because that is pretty critical. Let's see here. We need to do some stuff. Which way do I want the rockets to come out? Everything still needs to come back up over here. And that's part of the complication too. So let's have the auto crafting. Let's see here. Excess gunpowder is going to go over here. Excess paper is going to go over here, and excess sugarcane is going to go over here. That means I want my crafter. I'm going to have to build this mirror from what I did in my creative world, which is a little tricky. but we're going to do it. We're going to get it to work. I think I want to put this up here. Like that. Means that we can now... Oh man, not only am I having to do this from memory from my creative world, but I'm having to do it in reverse. So this could get interesting, folks. We shall see how it goes. So first, this is where we want paper coming in. And this here is where we want the gunpowder coming in. Okay, and then we're going to get some of these. And we want a block there. That's what we're going to be powering. If we powered this directly, we would also be powering this. So we need to power a block next to the droppers. And I very purposefully put it right behind, right there. I think this one can come in on this side. And then... Well, let me route the gunpowder first, because what we need here is maybe some slabs. Yeah. Okay, that'll be enough. All right. Now we're gonna go. We're gonna have repeaters coming in here. We're going to need a lot more repeaters than this, that's for sure. And I believe I put that on a 1-tick delay. Maybe not. Maybe not these, actually. And then we need a repeater coming in here, I believe, for this one. Okay. Now from here, there is a spot where... Oh, how do I do this? We're going to need some solid blocks in here very soon. Maybe. And let's get this. There's a very good reason why I'm putting solid blocks in here. So the way this is going to work is we're going to have a redstone signal coming in that tells the system where we want to have, when we want to have duration 1, 2, or 3 rockets. And what we need here is some pistons, some sticky pistons that are going to be pulling blocks up and down. So this one right here is always going to be firing whenever this runs, and it's going to pulse one piece of gunpowder in from in here. This one, oh, this is how I've got it. Wrong. We're gonna, I believe we had the paper coming in. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. I think what we had was the paper was coming in from the side here. The paper always needs to pulse. Oh. Okay. This is going to be number 1. This is the one that's always going to fire. So we need to put in that there, because we are going to do a 1-tick pulse there for the sticky piston. Then this is going to be for duration 2 if this is down and this is up. And then we're going to have it so if both are down, it's going to go to this one. We don't need that there. This is going to be duration 3, which means we can do that, I'm pretty sure. That needs to be a little bit different. That goes there. And this one goes here, I think. I'm trying to do this all from memory on something that I made up all on my own, and I'm not sure if I can do it. But this looks right, having these L-shaped half slabs. 5 redstone, what can I say? So we're going to need to put in some more repeaters, of course, and lay down some dust. And now we need to get this going to where the paper, this is always going to fire, which means the paper needs to come in from this side. And now we're going to do that. No, we need a block there. Which means the same signal that comes from the pulse. It doesn't really matter what order the paper and the gunpowder go in. We can do this, though. There we go. So the pulse, this is going to be the 1-tick pulse. And we need repeaters coming out in all directions to maintain timing. Means I need more repeaters. Let's see how they're made. Stone, torches, dust. Let's make some more torches. Yeah, that should be good. And then repeater. Oh yeah, I need the stone. Yeah, that should be enough. Except for I need some more dust now. Oh, let's just turn this all to dust. Okay. Let's get these in here. Just gonna do a little hopping. Okay. Now, these are gonna make it so that there are slight delays on the gunpowder going in. But that's okay. I think we can do that, 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 and that. Something doesn't feel right, though. Let's see here. You know what? That's better. Something doesn't feel quite right. I don't know what it is. Let's just, let's test it. Let's give it a go. Let's grab a button. Do it out of this. And let's give this a go and see what happens. I just want to see what all fires off. Okay, all of those went. Let's try that again with me facing a different direction. That one did not. Okay, that's where we've got a problem. That might do it. I am certainly no redstone expert. Instead I'm very much a redstone amateur. But this is like what we're looking for. Okay. Okay, so we may need to adjust some timing on this. Let's take that one back. Let's take that one back, and let's take that one back. do that. Okay, I think that'll work right there. So now we don't need anything coming in at the top here, but what we do need is we need a way to get a delayed signal through from here without getting in the way of our output. We need a delayed signal to come from the main line right here and come and power that. And I am, for the life of me, I am having trouble remembering how I did that. Because we need to have... Okay, I thought it was nighttime for a second. We need to get a sticky piston, which... Ooh, slime balls? Yes. Okay. We're gonna need 3 sticky pistons. Hey, look at that. One of these we're gonna need to have down here. Not like that. There we go. And that is going to be our 1-tick pulse, which, if I recall correctly, we need to have a solid piece there. And there. Do another repeater. Let's do a bit of redstone, and then let's grab that button. This is going to make things go quicker. It won't keep the signal on for as long. Got my axe. What happens if I do this? That's more like it. So the way a 1-tick pulse works is that this is powering the piston by strongly powering this block, which honestly I could do that with a slab. By strongly powering this block with the repeater, it is also powering the piston. Also by strongly powering that block, let's come up here so we can see it. We are running output through these 3 repeaters, and all the alternating timing is all from the repeater ticks here. So it sends a signal out, but rather than holding it for the length that the button is depressed, what happens is this block also powers the piston below it, which raises the block up, and the power gets cut. And so it cuts it off within 1 tick, and it makes it so it's a really nice quick pulse. And yeah. So what you can do is you can set up a clock, like a hopper clock, that just comes around and just fires it off every time it goes around. And that's how we're going to turn this on and off too, because once you have a hopper clock, you can freeze it by sending a signal, which will come from the pressure plate that I'll be standing on. And we're really going to have to work hard to figure out where to send, how to route these signals down here, because my goal is to have the sugarcane coming down, the rockets going up, and a couple different redstone signals coming down. It could be a bit of a mess. Yeah. And I'm not very good at redstone. So this took me hours to make up in a creative world, and I'm still having trouble with it. Like, being able to power this thing now, still not quite certain on that. We may have to make it up as we go. What I am thinking is that we can get a solid block here and power that, because we're going to need the front to stay open, which actually, let's make our life a little bit easier here. Rather than aiming it that way, let's aim it this way. This might make things a little bit easier, because now I've got the ice coming out here. I don't need to have that solid block down there. I can have it on the side. And now we can go here. Yeah, I think this is close to how I did it. Because now we can do that. Now, no, let's. We may have to go underneath. So here's the problem I'm running into is that I need to have a signal from here go past this without powering this again. So let's see here. We're gonna go down, and to do downward signals, you got to use solid blocks. No, that's not what I wanted. Do a block there, there. Now that it's down, I don't need to go down any further. But what I can do is that. Let's get that redstone dust and see if this is going to work. I may not even need a comparator. I may just need, or not a comparator, another repeater. I may just be able to do this. I don't know. I don't know. Let's move this button to where I can reach it a little bit better. And I think the only way we're going to be able to test this is if we have something for it to craft, to spit out. Okay, so what do we want? What do we want? We want, let's take one paper. I had some gunpowder somewhere. Where did I drop that? Still in my inventory? No? Redstone box? Well, you know what? Let's do it this way. We just need to know if that crafter is getting powered. So what this should do, if it's getting powered, it should spit out 9 slime balls. It is not. Okay, we're going to go about this a little differently. We can do this as a slab. We can do this as a solid block. Do that as a slab. We'll take away this one because it's unnecessary. Do that, and we are going to go... Oh, that's right. I had like 4 ticks or something like that. I had something going on here. I may have to loop this around just a little bit more. This might be what I had going on. We'll go like that. And then that go? Or can we do one more right there? Will that power it too strongly? Find out. Ah, I heard another click. That means that the dropper would be putting something else in there. So that powers that too strongly. So let's do this. This might be better. We can just go like this. Get the same effect. I think that's it. I think that will do it. It's different from what I had originally done. But I think that will do it. Yeah. Alright, let's put these back in the redstone box. So that's set up that circuit. So that's good. We can get rid of that. Now if we had 3 gunpowder and 1 paper, out would come duration 3 rockets. Those need to go over here. using a water stream. And they actually need to snake around. We're going to have redstone signal coming in. So what I'm going to do is have this go over here. Actually, we don't want that there. We're gonna need soul sand for right there. I know I have soul sand. The question is, do I have any on me? I don't. Okay. It's okay. We're gonna use a pressure plate. Hold the water back. And then we're gonna come around like this. Alright. Then we'll have soul sand and a water column going up there for the rockets. Which, in theory, I could bring this over to like right here. And that would actually leave. Nope, I can't do that because, oh, sorry. Smack my microphone. I can't do it right next to it because the water streams would join and that would be bad. So we're just going to leave it here for right now. I'm going to go get me some soul sand. We'll get a couple. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. That one. By a couple, I mean 34. Yeah, all my decorations are getting covered up in here. Oh well. Such is life. It's Minecraft life. Alright, soul sand. Goes there, so now we know there's going to be a bubble column. Then we need to come over here and we need to place in a couple of sticky pistons, but upside down. They need to be extended, which means I need to put them up there. So our redstone signal is going to have to like cross over the water. What we might do is we might have the redstone signal come in. Once it gets underground, it may move behind the wall and then come in from another side or something like that. We'll have to see. But first things first, sticky pistons. Clear up some space in my inventory. That. Like that. And we need to put blocks on that so we don't power anything that's next to it. All right, getting lost in my noodles. So for now, let's put a lever down. Lever, 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 lever. Nope, wrong one. Cobble. All right. Let's just do a couple levers. Wrong one. Now we can connect. It. A labyrinth in here. Now we can connect these blocks there. So now we've got our duration 3 and our duration 2. So now those lines are cut, which means that when this button gets pushed, it would only do duration 1 rockets. So we'll have to route some redstone coming into duration 1 here, or duration 2, and then duration 3 right there. We are about ready to start figuring out more where the paper and sugarcane are going to go, and how we're going to do the gunpowder. The gunpowder, I'm probably going to keep it as a hopper line. It has to be sucked down into the hoppers from the campfires. And I don't want to have a clock that is running to spit the gunpowder back out, only to have it to go into another hopper because it was in a water stream. I think this will stay as a hopper line. Question is there a way to handle storing some overflow? I don't have an answer to that yet. The gunpowder is going to be going into here, so it's going to come around this way, over the top, and here. And the sugarcane we're going to turn that one again. We're going to bring the sugarcane over directly in line over this, so that it spits it out right down. We spit it down into here. We're only going to need a hopper above it. Yeah, I think we can do this and keep this at the same level. So let's tear this out. Third time's the charm. Typical for Minecraft. That's all I can say. You always got to build it 3 times. Oh, I needed that. Okay, let's dump some stuff. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that yet. Don't need that. We will need that. And yeah, okay. We'll get that. Let's just hop on up here. Ooh, it's getting to be night. Just occurred to me, I meant to be recording clips for my next YouTube video, and I have not. So this will be part of a time lapse, and then I'll just explain how it works afterwards. But that's the way it goes. I'm still getting used to the idea of streaming and recording at the same time. Skizzleman does it. My brain doesn't work that way yet. We're going to put a hopper there. Oh, don't tell me. It's falling down right there. That's okay. It'll still get pushed. It should still get pushed. Or do I just make it so that it falls into a hopper and we ignore this water stream and we do hopper lines over? Something I was trying to avoid, but... Or... We could have it auto-craft over here. Come out a little bit further. I'm not sure what to do. Yeah, okay. Here's how we'll do this. We're going to do... Where's the paper? The paper is right here. Like that. Then let's have the auto crafter. That's a regular crafter. We'll have the auto crafter pointing down. And it sounds like my music just stopped. Bear with me one moment while I get some more tunes going. What album do we want to do now? Let's do Ego. Let's just see what this is like. Still Harris Heller on Stream Beats. Still DMCA free music. Did I say on Stream Beats? Stream Beats on Spotify. Paraseller. Okay. Coming down here. Let's get you facing downward. Okay. That's good. Oh. Oh, I can't do it right there. I need a barrel. It needs to be a solid block. All right, we'll get this. Let's just make 3 barrels just in case. All right, so this is the trickiness of Exumavoid's thing. He had this using a barrel instead of solid block because the barrel can act as a solid block, but it can also receive items. Let's see. And let's have it facing up. Oh, there we go. Now we are gonna go like this. Do a little Mario jumping. That's not completely what I want, but all right. Need that there. And then this is where we want the crafter. Like that. Okay, so it's going to spit it into the barrel, which is immediately going to get suck the item down into the hopper, which is going to go into the dropper. And we don't need this here. But we are going to have a height problem now. Maybe. Maybe. I have an idea for it, though. I think it'll work. We won't know until we test it. Let's do this here. And then we need to set up that wonderful circuit that Exumavoid had. So we're going to go with dirt blocks first. Ow. Well, not ow. That was more of a surprise. Ow. Don't need to be there. And we're going to go with a solid block. And then we're going to go with another dirt block. And we're going to go with another dirt block there. Because this is where we need this crafter. Yes, I keep falling off. And then we are going to go... No, nope, nope. Did it wrong again. Where'd my crafter go? Right. Crawling around on the ground. There, like that. And yes, I know I have scaffolding, but the dirt is what's in my hotbar. Oh yeah, need that. Come over here. Compare to this. And we are going to... We need to put in our observers to do their little spy work. That. And then from there we can hop over to here, hop here, like that. And we can do another observer. And then we can put in our 1 piece of redstone dust. And that should power that when it gets full of the good stuff. Sugarcane. So here's what we're gonna do. We need another hopper. And this hopper is going to go here. So that should feed it. And then we need this ice come this way. Oh, it worked. Okay, good. I thought I was off by 1. So that should be our water channel, which means we don't need that, or that, or that. And we are actually going to get rid of a lot of this dirt here. And we're going to bring this past, and now we can start our water channel just before the down. And it gets enough time to get some momentum. And then what we'll do is we will have the overflow, stuff that goes by too fast. Or actually, you know what? We'll get another hopper in there in case stuff is going by just a little too fast. Nope. There we go. We'll do that. In case stuff is going by just a little too fast, it can go back into there. Once these get full, or if stuff is going even faster than that, we can still have some sugarcane come across to here to a storage area, which we'll put another hopper in or something like that. And this is going to be our water source right up there. So we need to get up there, and we need to count how far this actually is going over. Because that tells us where we need to put pressure plates, which I don't have on me. Alright, so we've got source, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Interesting. Okay, do I still have slabs? Or do we want to do it? Yeah. Source, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do one right there, and then we can do another water source there and have it always pushing the items across rather than them having to coast across. Excuse me. I had a little bit of a coughing fit there. I'm a little dehydrated. So let's have some water. And let's see here. How are we doing on things? Okay, we are an hour 15 into this stream. We still got time to get this done. At least part of it done. Ooh. I'm not doing anything there, am I? Okay. Actually, you know what? You know what? I am afraid that pressure plates are a no-go. We're gonna, for safety's sake, we're gonna do something else. Let's see. We don't need that. We might need that. We're gonna need that. We don't need that. We're gonna do half slabs. They are safer. They aren't gonna accidentally activate any redstone. We're gonna do it there too. So let's see here. We'll do that. I feel a little bit better about that. Now, and we're going to do the same here. Some kind of wishing well. And I want half slabs again, right there. Okay, now some food. Now, here we go. Here's a place where we got to do some counting again. It's always counting with red. So we need a source here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right at the corner, so we don't want that. So we're going to do another half slab right here so that it can turn the corner. And make sure that's enough. Source 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Okay. Now it's time to start lining things with glass. So let's get rid of that, that, and that, and that. And get rid of the ice for now. We're gonna take a few stacks of glass. Okay, and this is going to be a column going up, so we're going to need to line that as well. And unfortunately, this is where the all the decoration work that I did starts to kind of fall apart, but it's okay. It's, as always, it's just part of the process. Yeah, we need that there so nothing falls out. Need that there, there. We're gonna go like that, and we will take care of the bubble vader in a little bit because I need to get some kelp. But we're gonna come down here, and I'm gonna make sure that there are solid corners too, just so nothing boops out while it's going places. We might do some stair blocks there, upside down stairs or something. And I just want to make sure that I'm not blocking off any redstone by doing this. I don't think I am. Yeah. Okay, that works. I'll come through this way. Okay. And we will be covering this as well. Let's just make sure that still works. Sorry about that. Had a little distraction there. We will be covering this, but only after we put the water in, which technically I could start doing right now. How are we doing on the nighttime? It's still blue skies out there. Awesome. It helps that we've got enough people on here to keep track of that. We're going to do water there. And this is where we learn if we accidentally have any holes anywhere. Start destroying our redstone. Okay, that's good. So what happens if... Oh, I see a spot where I don't have a solid corner, but that's going to work to my advantage, actually. What happens if we put something in here? Oh, that was silly. Goes through, goes around the corner, and right to the water elevator. Awesome. Gonna close that off right there. And we'll do the bubble vader portion of that from the top side. Let's get some more water. And we need to set up our source blocks over here. If it's at the beginning, do I want to make it be deep slate? Make it look like it's connected? That would be kind of nice. Like, that would be kind of fun to make things look like they're connected. So let's get some of this. And we're going to head up to the upper ice track over here. Let's see if I can find my way. And that's going to be our water source block. So we want... We'll just temporarily do this, and then we'll do that. And we might change that block. Now we can bring in this. Oop. And I'm gonna put some dirt down. It's not blocking anything. Okay, make sure we're not going to block any signals here. Okay. how many have we got here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I dump water down here, it's going to go on the floor, but it's not going to mess with any redstone. But we still don't want to. We still don't want to do that. But I can put this one in. Should be the stuff that falls down here is going to go this way and zip right along. They're here, so we need another water source there. And then let's just put some more ice and glass here. We'll at least carry it out to 8 for now. We can reroute it here in a minute. Oh, I'm sitting in water. My britches are getting wet. Stand on a crate here. Okay, now if I get back up there. There we go. Now we should be able to do this. Good, good. And that should carry our sugarcane into this crafter. Yeah. Then once it hits enough, it will spit it out into the barrel, which will go down into the hopper, which will go down into the dropper. And we'll have paper waiting to go through that dropper. Yeah. Okay, I like the way this is shaping up. Let's not have the water in our hand right now, though. Let's get rid of some of these dirt blocks. And then see where else we can send stuff. I think it's time to make the bubble vader up to the top. So we're going to get that water bucket back, I guess. We'll go get some kelp. Find some. Okay, I see some in the distance there. It's not going to take much. Wings still doing good. All right. Gotta remember I don't have my helmet on, which has respiration and all that aqua affinity and stuff like that. Don't have any of my armor on, so if I encounter a drown, I just need to flee with extra flee. And it's almost nap time. Come in right here. This is our bubble vader right here. Hopefully I don't flood anything. Let's go get a nap. Okay. Come on, go down. Alright. Woohoo! Okay. So that should be where the rockets come up. And they're going to go all the way up to the top. Tip top. So if we pretend that the kelp that we are holding is a rocket, I meant to do that. And that. Here we go. So that go around and up we go. Awesome. So it should be up there at the top of the bubble vader now. There it is. Dancing kelp. Good times. So now we need a lot more hoppers. May not have enough wood for this. In fact, let's just go back up here. See what we've got. Well, we have a lot of that, but I want to use that for decorative purposes. We're running low on that. This is what we want. Let's do this. We'll offload a few more things and do our crafting down here. There we go. And then let's get that iron. And there's 5 per hopper. Let's just get a few more of these. 5, 10. Okay, let's do that. Okay. Hopper. Hopefully 22 is enough for now. Question is, where is everything going? Let's first combine. We want... Oh. How dare you still be there? Okay, the next hopper... That was the paper. This is the gunpowder here. Go like this. And let's... Oh, that needs to go up. We can't go over this line. So let's just come over here. And I may have to redo this once I decide, like, how I'm going to handle overflow storage. For now, we're just going to worry about getting the rockets done. How do I want to do this? Let's get a couple barrels. That'll speed up the downward of the copper line. Did the music stop again already? It did. That was such a short album. It was 22 minutes. Let's pick a better one. Let's try Ghost. Okay, that's better. I'm sorry, the music is not lasting. Okay, I want to bring these together to a point, drop it down, and then come over. Or maybe I'll bring it over and then down. That way it keeps this area open enough for doing stuff. This is where I've got my elevators, so I'd like it if extra storage and stuff could be over here, but I don't know how we're going to handle that kind of overflow with everything snaking around like it is. So, one thing at a time. We need dirt, and we need scaffolding to get up to place the dirt, and we need to go right here. Nope. Okay, and we can get rid of that. Now let's come over this way. And let's reclaim this stuff. There we go. Say hi to Going Gray. And we're going to go right here. That should allow us to access this. And we're going to have to make a lot of... what's the word I'm looking for? Composters. To help with the possible lag. We are in line with the outside here. Which means we're going to come over right next to that piston. But at what height? that means we can do this. Okay. And one more. Oh, so difficult. I don't know how I feel about scaffolding, honestly. One more. Okay, so this one should feed into there and start going that way. This one feeds into here and just keeps going that way. They come over here and they go down, feed over and down. That is a whole lot more hoppers than I would like. But I really am not sure how to handle this. Unless I made it so that the creepers themselves drop down into here instead of going into fireplaces. And then I had the creepers come over and get destroyed. And then their gunpowder just drop down from there. That would be a lot less hoppers. But for now, let's do proof of concept. Make sure this is going to work. You know, pretend or whatever. Don't need you two here. That actually is not a bad idea. Making it so that the creepers drop down further. That way, if we're down here, we can just kind of spectate them floating to their demise. Let's see here. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 composters. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Let's see here. Let's make sure we know how to make a composter. Nothing but slabs. All right. What was it? 12 we said we need? We need a total of 5. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, we need to get that, maybe. Alright, there's 12. Maybe I didn't need to convert all those logs into planks, but let's get up there and start placing these composters. So, the reason I'm putting composters on top of the hoppers is because hoppers do a lot of looking for items that are potentially dropping into them. And when you put a composter on top of it, there's only one slot in a composter to look at. And so it greatly reduces the amount of looking, if you will, that the composters are doing. And so it reduces lag, apparently. We're gonna do that one and that one. Looks like it's about nap time again. And there we go. So apart from like having a circuit to turn this on, well, yeah, let's do make a clock while we're down here. We'll make another lever. Make it something that we can turn on and off. We need smooth stone. Not smooth stone, stone. And lever. No, we need cobble, don't we? Lever. Want that. And we have 4 hoppers, which might be a little fast. Let's make it 8 hoppers. And we'll just put a piece of kelp in there. And we are going to need a comparator. I'm not sure if I have another one of those right now. Get some dust. Oh, we have some. And I had a lever, apparently. Oh well. Torch. 3. And then we need a comparator. That means we need the quartz. Not that one. Alright. And then we are going to put that away. We only need 8 of these. You want a smooth stone, and we've got the lever. So let's get this clock made. We don't need that redstone dust right now. We can get rid of this. We can get rid of that. Because we can just put the comparator right here. Well, I apologize. I somehow muted myself, and I've been talking to nobody. So you guys got an ASMR stream for a little bit. Not sure how long that was going like that. Yeah, that's kind of embarrassing. Not the first time it's happened. I'm sure it's not the last. But yeah, I just am working on getting one more layer of this sugarcane farm done before I call it a night. So I apologize for the long silence there. We're just getting the last little bits of this layer done, what I need to do after this is lay down the water streams and then take out the half slabs there. You see how there's that little bit of sugarcane that keeps trying to poke through there. It is floating in the water stream under there, and it needs to come upward. Let's see if we can get these redstone laid. All right, let's go sleep. So, yeah, long stretch of silence. I apologize for that, but I'm really happy with the way the stuff down below ended up, and I want to get this thing operational so we can test it out. But initial tests with the timing on everything seemed to work out all right, and now we are just wrapping up this layer. This is our third layer on the sugarcane farm, and I want to get at least one more layer done. Not tonight. Okay, and then sneak under here. Oh, I need water. Now, ideally, I should have a way of turning off this sugarcane farm, and I don't know how. I really don't. So maybe, I don't know. If anybody's got any ideas as to how I can turn off this sugarcane farm when I'm not here, like, other than having to break the observers, I'd rather not have to do that. Ow, my face. Yeah, leave a comment. Let me know. Hit me up. I would love to know if there's a way to shut this off. I could possibly block the signal up here. So this would still fire, but none of the pistons would go. That's a possibility. Yeah, one of the joys of not having anybody watching my stream is not realizing that I am muted because I don't have any... I don't have anybody telling me I'm muted. Yeah. Spee Sloth. Yeah, I was accidentally being quiet. I had my mic muted. I was actually being quite talkative to no one but myself. But it happens. Alright, third layer done. I do want to test something though. Let's come up here. What happens? That was close. What happens if I block this signal by doing that? I don't know. Okay, I'll watch this light. If this fires... Let's see here. This fires. Oh. Okay, see if I can see both of them at the same time. If that fires and the pistons don't fire, then I figured it out. We're just going to sit here and see when that updates. Any moment now. Any moment. Now the problem with doing it this way is that if the the sugarcane grows and it's not getting popped off, then when I do turn it back on, it's not going to update properly. I'm going to have to like reset it, and that would be bad. Each layer plus the amount of these blocks that I would have to put in is a little bit of a pain. So this probably is not the best option. Yeah. Now, if I did something else, if I powered this constantly so the pistons were out, and then they would be blocking the sugarcane from growing. That might be an option. How would I do that, though? Let's go grab a lever. Ooh. Okay, let's grab a lever, and let's do it on this end. What happens if I do this? Oh, that might be the way to turn this off. That might be it. If I could power each of these end blocks. So, you know, when I've been talking about my plan to have the creeper farm turn off when I am not at it. If I could have the sugarcane farm turn off when I'm not at it either, or just have it be another manual switch. Maybe an and/or gate or something like that. But if I did this, then suddenly I have a way of turning off the farm. And I don't think it'll damage anything. I want to make sure that I didn't break anything on the growth of that sugarcane. Make sure it still updates. Did I break it? Come on. Okay, there we go. Not broken. Very interesting. Okay, so being able to add power on this end be good, as long as I can do it without preventing the sugarcane from going down to the catcher system. I'm going to leave those levers there as like a proof of concept. Or what I could do is I could add them to everything. Yeah. Turn this off when I'm not working on it. Let's see here. I need 6 for each layer. I need 18 total. I need 16 more. I need 3 more. Alright, this might be a little tedious setting this up. I think that'll do it. Let's see here. Gonna be tricky. Alright, getting this first layer turned off. Yep. Guess I'll go back down and get it. Can't stand on levers, right? Not parkour or anything like that. Nope. They make it so that I can't place a block there. But I can't use them for anything either. You know what this place needs? A ladder tower. Oh, God. The ladder's right there. Okay. Oh, let's get those ladders in there too. Okay, we will. I need to make that ice come out by one more. This is not far enough. That's okay. Future problems. Future me problems. Okay, and that. I need to lay down 5 more. I don't know where. Thought I got them all. Oh, well, we still have stairs to take out, so, you know, there's that. Oh, I don't have those. 1, 2, 3, 4. I see 4. Did I make one too many levers? Possible. Ah! Ow, my ankles. Oh yeah. That is no longer the way up. Ah. Well. Oh, that is. That was silly. Yeah, I have a couple levers that are up. I think I just spotted my 5th and final one. Is that everything? I think that's everything. All right. Yay, the farm is successfully deactivated. So troublesome to reactivate right now. It's going to be interesting trying to figure out how to wire that up. If I can do something like going down this column, going down. Yeah, we might be able to wire something up. I'm not sure. All I know is that it is extremely late in the real world for me. That's my hoe. Let's go get that bucket of water there. No, missed it. Let's try that again. Made it. All right. Well, with that, thank you all for joining me. Ooh, wrong way. This whole walking backwards thing. I can't figure it out. All right. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. And if you're watching this at a later date on YouTube, thank you for joining me for that. And if you really like it, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe, and I will know then what kind of content to keep making. I appreciate you all being here, and I will see you next time. Bye.